One of India's most known legends, Ramayana, is an epic story of Lord Rama defeating evil by killing the 10-headed king of Lanka, Ravaan. We have witnessed his life only in the light of evil, but this dark king had a past, a beginning, and it was not always this dark. There once lived an Asur called Somali. The Asurs were then in a war against the Aryans, and Somali had a plan to destroy the Aryans from within them. For that very purpose, Somali wanted his daughter Kekasi to marry Visharva, who was a sage. The grand plan involved Kekasi's offspring double-crossing his father Visharva's clan and killing them from within the family. Kekasi followed Somali's orders, and they were soon bestowed with 4 beautiful children, Dashanan, Kumbhakaran, Vibhishan and Chandranakha. Visharva possessed a stone, a precious gem that created an image of a person having 10 heads by certain science of reflections. As the story progresses, we see Dashanan display some extraordinary courage and skill. He was a bright and brave child who took on any ordeal and was just and righteous in his actions. Some of his acts, like destroying the Mahayagya of the Rishis to avoid sacrifice of the holy cow, were met with an angry father and a mother who was accused of being the bad influence on the child's life. The mother Kekasi and the children all leave the ashram to go to the maternal home at Sambhalilat. Here Grandpa Somali spins a web of deceit to turn Dashanan against his very own cousin Kuber and the gods that he so loved. Somali narrated the story of how Indra and the gods had bereft the Asuras of their own abode at Lanka in a war, and that they had to take refuge in Patal. This excites Dashanan, who promises his grandfather that he will get Lanka back. Dashanan does some rigorous tap or penance in the name of Lord Brahma and faces a lot of ordeals to achieve success in this. After 20 years of this penance, Dashanan gains the Brahma Shakti or the strength of Brahma. After his return to Sambhalilat, he leaves on his quest to conquer Lanka, and his first stop is on Bali Islands, where he meets his future wife Mandodari, who he falls in love with instantly. On his honeymoon, Dashanan's flying vehicle stalls on the way at a mountain, which was later found to be Kailash Parvat, where Lord Shiva resides. Dashanan, to show his strength off, tries lifting the mountain and shifting it from his path. Shiva gets annoyed and depresses the mountain with his thumb. This crushes Dashanan's finger, and he screams so loudly in pain that it ruptures the surface of the mountain. He sings a shloka in favor of Lord Shiva, and Shivji gets impressed by this bhakti. He apologizes to the Lord, who not only forgives him but arms him with Chandrahasta, a powerful weapon. Listening to his shout, the Lord names Dashanan as Ravan, and that's where he gets his name from.
Ravan ek naam nahi, ek अमोघ शक्ति है, देवाधिदेव शिव की दी हुई शक्ति। आज से रावण इस महाशक्ति का स्वामी। अब हमें त्रिलोक विजयी होने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता।
Ravan soon enters into a battle between the Suryavanshis and the Danavs, where he supports the latter and injures Dashrath, the Raghav king. Dashrath's wife Kaikeyi, who was there in the battle with him, vows to make Ravan pay for his doings and begins the training of Ram and Lakshman, who would kill him in the future. Ravan in due course kidnaps Sita, the wife of Lord Ram, and keeps her captive in the Ashok Vatika. In order to rescue her from the evil Ravan, Ram first sends Hanuman as his messenger to Lanka. This is where the epic battle of Ramayana begins, when Hanuman is captured and he manages to burn down the whole of Lanka with a cloth tied to his tail. Watch what happens next as Ravan and Ram get into a raging battle of power and love. Ravan's death is inevitable, but to watch the battle from the point of view of Ravan offers an entirely different perspective to the epic battle. Watch the story of the valiant, the brave, the evil by chance and not by choice, Lord of Lanka, Ravan.